We're going to Mishna Yevamos, Parakeh, chapter 5. We're up to Mishna Beis. Now, if you recall, Mishna Aleph was a situation where you had a repetition. Let's say there are 4 things that could happen by Yevama. You could have the actual Yibam, which is Be'ila, cohabitation, Chalitza. Then there's rabbinically Maimer, the Kedushin, and there's giving a get. And the first Mishnah dealt with a situation where, for instance, you had one Yavim, his brother had died and left 2 wives, and he did one to one and a different thing to the other. That was discussion of Mishnah Aleph. So Mishnah Beis is going to talk about, so it's the same thing over. He did to one a get, and did another one a get. He did a mimer to one, did a mimer to the other. So it's the same thing being repeated. And that was a machlekes from Megillah and the Chachamim, whether yesh get acher get, yesh mimer acher mimer. Now Mishnah Beis deals with a situation where instead you're not doing the same thing twice, but you're doing different things. You're not doing mimer twice, you're not doing get twice. You're doing a combination of different things. And we're going to see, and the Mishnah is going to go through different cases about when you do that, what happens. So the Mishnah begins Ketzad. Ketzad meaning, how do we have this kind of situation? How do we have this play out where you have different things being done one after the other? So Ketzad, Asa Maimer b'Yavimtai. Let's say the person did Maimer to his Yevama, meaning we're talking about one Yavim, one Yevama. One woman falls to Yibam, there's one surviving brother. So what does he do? He does Maimer to his Yevama, to his sister-in-law, to the woman who fell to him for Yibam, to the woman who has a Yibam bond to him. V'nasan la get, and then he gave her a get. Tzricha hemenu chalitza. She still needs to receive from a chalitza. The Maimer, we understand, is a Kedushin D'Rabbanan. That's rabbinic Kedushin that's done on Yevama. By Yevama, according to our law, that's thing is Kedushin. You do the mitzvah, you do the Yibam, and that makes her your wife. But the Rabbanan said, do Maimer. Do a Kedushin to her beforehand. Give her a ring like you would by a regular marriage. So he did so. Then he gave her a get. He divorced her. Right? It was a rabbinic marriage. He's got to give a get. He gave a get. Now that he gave her a get, right? Can he go ahead now? We know that a get doesn't take off the Yibam bond. We know it doesn't do that. It takes off the Maimer, it takes off the Kedushin, that rabbinic Kedushin, doesn't take off the Yibam bond. But however, once he gave her a get, then we say rabbinically he cannot do Yibam to her anymore. So just same way, if a person has Chalitza to his sister-in-law, he can't do Yibam after that. If he gives her a get, the Rabbanan said, the get works mid-Rabbanan, according to rabbinically, it means something, and just like if he were to do Chalitza, he couldn't do Yibam afterwards. Now, we also may not do Yibam, but she's not free to get married to anybody she wants to, because she still has a Yibam bond. Nothing took it off. The Maimer didn't take it off, the get didn't take it off, and therefore, she needs a Chalitza. That's what it means. She needs Chalitza from him. Next, Asa Maimer, meaning now this case is going to talk about where, Maimer was first and what happened afterwards. So now the next case is Asa Maimer, he did Maimer, Vachalitza, and he gave her Chalitza. Okay, so the Maimer was a Kedushin, a marriage mid-Rabbanan. The Chalitza is what the Torah says you do to take off the Zika, take off the Yibam bond to the sister-in-law. That's what he did. So there's no Yibam bond anymore. Nonetheless, Tzri Chaimenu get. She still needs a get. Why? Because he made a Kedushin on her. He did a marriage to her. And even though that is a marriage that the Chachamim instituted by a Yevama, and you might think, well, no more Yevama, meaning no more Yibam bond, because Chalitza takes it off, even according to Torah law, then maybe you don't need a get either for this Kedushin D'Rabbanan. Maybe you wouldn't need a Kedushin, you wouldn't need a get then, because this Kedushin was a Kedushin that is basically conditional on whether there is a Yibam bond or not. And the Mishnah says no, it's Yichem and a get. Even if the Yibam bond is gone, Chalitza takes it off. According to Torah law, it takes it off. Nonetheless, you did a Kedushin to her, you got to give her a get now. You can't go in and marry her because you did Chalitza to her. And the halach is once you do Chalitza to one sister-in-law, you can't marry her after that. Now, Asa Maimer Ubal. Let's say he did Maimer to his sister-in-law. Ubal, and he cohabited with her. Meaning, what did he do? He did Yibam. Harei Zuka Mitzvasa. this is considered doing the mitzvah the way it should be done. Because as we mentioned before, the Rabbanan instituted Maimer, this Kedushin Rabbanan instituted, they instituted because they wanted it to be more like a regular marriage than just going ahead and cohabiting with her and making your wife that way. And therefore, the way the Rabbanan wanted you to do the mitzvah of Yibam was first to do Maimer, first to do a Kedushin, and then to do the act of cohabitation, which is the act of the mitzvah of Yibam. So therefore, if he did Maimer to his sister-in-law, and then he cohabited with her, that is performing the mitzvah of Yibam the way it should be done.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay. Actually, before we continue with the Chofetz Chaim, I really should be announcing a sponsorship for learning. That Day of Learning was sponsored by Marat and Olga Weissman in memory of Baruch Boris Ben Moshe, whose yard site was on the 28th of Tevis, and also to dedicate a Day of Learning that was dedicated by Barry Steinberg in memory of Moshe Ben Baruch Isaac in the Shamash Ben Aliyah. Okay. Now, continue with the Chofetz Chaim. So the Chofetz Chaim was talking about how, again, when you hear Lashon Hara, you're allowed to take it into mind. You're allowed to take it under concern. You're allowed to be suspicious, allowed to suspect that perhaps it's true and protect yourself from it. But in no way really accept it as true in any way. There are many situations where people stumble regarding this idea of being able to be suspicious about what's been said, where the dabra b'zaharbe, and there's much to say about this. Now is not the place, he says, to go into a lengthy discussion about it. I will, he says, discuss in the last chapter in more detail about this, all about this discussion about accepting Lashon Hara to the degree to be suspicious of what's been said and act and be able to protect yourself or protect others. The rule is like this. That which the sages said that you need to take into concern the Lashon Hara you've heard. That's just to guard yourself from the person being discussed. God forbid to do anything to him because of it. To cause him any kind of damage. Or embarrassment because of this. Large or small. Even if we're talking about that this derogatory information said about this person was done by a kosher witness that was done in a Beis Din, still doesn't help you. One witness in a Beis Din can't do anything more than obligate a person to swear. If he claims, Reuben owes Shimon money, so he can make Reuben swear. But after that, there's nothing to talk about. He has outside of that, he has no nemonis, he has no belief. So therefore, even if one witness or somehow or another do this, express this in a Beis Din, that doesn't give you any more right to believe it or even to take it into concern if it has no relevance to you. And all the more so, how important it is that we should make sure that person should not in any way exempt himself based on this derogatory statement for any other obligations we have to such a person. So the point is that can you be suspicious? Can you take it into concern for the purpose of protecting yourself and others? Yes. But you may not in any way harm him. You may not in any way embarrass him. You may not in any way exempt yourself from any obligations to a fellow Jew, because this person is still becheskas kashrus. He still has a status of being a kosher Jew, and therefore all obligations are to him. The only thing the Torah allows you to do is to protect yourself in case this may be true. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.